What is up, guys? It's Mekabre back with yet another Destiny 2 video. Today's video, we're going to be looking at something that I feel like a lot of people have started to ask me, and a lot of them aren't necessarily hardcore Destiny 2 players, but it's something that I think that I should cover in the first place. So let's dive in. Before we start talking about the topic of today's video, which we will get to, don't worry, I had made a goal previously that if we could get to, I think it was 50 or 45 subs before the end of March, that I would, give you guys a surprise. We're going to change that goal up a little bit here. We're going to go for 50, and you guys have until the 1st of May, okay? So you have from April 1st all the way until the end of April, all right? Get it done. Let's see if we can't do it. I think you guys like the surprise, and, maybe if we start getting there a little bit, then I'll tell you guys what it's going to be. But right now, there's still like 30% of you that watch my videos that aren't subscribed. So please subscribe down below. Now let's jump into today's video. Today's video is a focus on what am I doing during this portion of the season and what should you be doing during this portion of the season. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who ask ask me, how can you play as much Destiny as you do? Just the other day, myself and Vito were playing with some clan members. Shout out to Gary and Vinny, and some great guys. Absolutely love them to death. Right? We had a blast playing with them, and they're like, yeah, you guys are just insane. Like your level, your season pass, all the gear that you have. Like, how can you spend this much time in the game? And y- y- our response is just kind of, yeah, I mean, we just have no lives or whatnot, right? That we didn't really have anything good to say at the moment. But sitting back, I think there's just so much more that is encompassed in playing Destiny, but also how that fits in at this point in the season specifically. Because right now, a lot of people would argue we're kind of in like a lull in the season. There's not a whole lot going on. The exotic quest has been out. Guardian Games isn't out for another couple weeks. There's nothing that really like screams play this game. And here's what I've been doing. In case you're curious, this is how I keep busy playing mainly Destiny 2, but then past Destiny 2, what else do I do to stay occupied? We'll dive into that here after that. Okay. So let's start with inside of Destiny 2. What am I doing right now that makes the game fun or, enjoyable for me? Well, first things first, I have a good group of friends that I play with. Actually, several groups of friends, over on PC. I put a lot of hours in with Luma and Bean Handler. Um, we play pretty much every week, if not multiple times every week. Mainly trials. Sometimes we play other stuff, but it's always a blast over on PC. Then I go on PS4 and maybe I'm playing with Pi, or maybe I'm playing with Vito, or Gary and Vinny. There's another kid in our clan. Um, Yokidis, I want to say is how you pronounce his name. He's another super chill guy that we sometimes play with. All these people that I've found, whether it's through the LFG app or whether my friends have found through the LFG app, or I actually know in real life, play this game. We get in parties. Even if we're not in parties, we're just chilling, maybe texting back and forth while we play, whatever it may be. It's a blast when you play with friends, okay? Moving past playing with friends, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are like, dude, I don't know anyone that plays Destiny 2 and I can't find anybody. Don't worry. I know the LFG app exists and there's a lot of people that don't like using it. I was one of those people. Back in D1, I did not use it. And when I did, I took on like an Australian accent when I had to go into the party chat because it was just that awkward for me. I don't ask why. I don't know. But that's what I did. What am I doing past playing with friends at this point in the season to make it fun? Well, here's the deal. As a content creator, I feel like I kind of had to hold myself to this standard to reach like the next step for each season. So I need all three of my characters to be max power by the end of this season, so that way next season I can do the pinnacles right away and get them all to, pretty much max power for next season. And that's my goal. And a lot of people I think are out here thinking that, oh, well, he just spends way too much time in the game and that's it. And grinding pinnacles isn't necessarily a fun thing, but I really do think it is. Each week at reset, first things first, I hop on and I do all the new stuff. And then I kind of rotate things and I go into, well, let's start working through pinnacles. Usually I start on my Titan, then I go to my Hunter, and then finish on my Warlock for the week. Sometimes I do it backwards, sometimes Hunters first. I just mix it up accordingly, but trying to get all three characters there. This week uh, that you're currently seeing the video, I have yet to grind any pinnacles, obviously, because reset and all that. But the week beforehand, when I'm currently recording this on the Monday before, I actually am almost maxed out on all three of my characters. I think my Titan is missing one piece of armor, that's a 1309. My Hunter is missing two, and I believe my Warlock is also missing two. And I find it enjoyable to sit down and grind pinnacles. Past that, what else makes it fun? Well, I like to just mix things up. So, a common thing right now, specifically, and watch out, there may be a video for this upcoming Saturday. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. The meta in D2 Crucible 120s, shotguns. Really, not much variation there. That's pretty consistent across per almost every game mode right now, and it gets annoying. And I have some amazing 120 rolls. I have the Trials hand cannon with Outlaw Rampage and almost max range on it, and I like it. I have a good steady hand with Killing Wind, Swash. I have a good bottom dollar. I like 120s. They're solid hand cannons. What I don't like is constantly using them. I also enjoy Fellwinners. It's a good shotgun. But I don't shotgun that much. For those of you who know, I actually snipe a majority of the time. So how do I mix it up? Well, in Crucible, quite simply put, I'll put on a 140. I'll put on a scout rifle. I'll put on my messenger pulse rifle. Whatever it has to be a different 120. And then instead of sniping, because I get bored of that, I pick up some shotgun that's just okay. Like right now, I'm using a retold tale with surplus snapshot. And you can go in the comments and roast me and say, oh, that's just an awful roll. You can roast me all you want. I love that role specifically. I love the shotgun specifically. And I'm not going to use anything else besides that. And I think Hawkmoon probably for the next couple of weeks because I enjoy mixing things up. In terms of PvE, what do I enjoy? What do I get a kick out of doing right now in this mid-season lull? Well, here's the deal. I don't have god rolls of everything. If I did, I would not be playing PvE very much, but I am still missing a lot of god rolls. So I'm grinding out, trying to get the best roll possible on some of these weapons, and then turning around and actually using those weapons and be like, okay, I like this or I don't like this. Maybe this roll would be better for me specifically based on how I play. So kind of tweaking that and making it almost like this game. And sometimes it gets annoying. I will be the first one to tell you that my luck for pinnacle drops is the worst. This past week on my Warlock, I got 4 pinnacle drops for my class item. That is so unfortunate. Very few people come to me and be like, oh, yep, didn't get to max rank this week. Only needed 2 pieces of armor, but 4 of my, 7 pinnacle drops, 8 pinnacle drops were my class items. So, you know, it just never happens that way. And, well, it happened to me and quite frequently happens. And that gets annoying over time and after it's occurred several times, but it's still fun through the process. Now, looking past D2, because we're going to start rounding the video out here. Looking past D2, I actually play other games. And those of you guys who don't know, I think I've talked about this a couple times in podcasts. One of the big ways to not just get like immediately burnt out of Destiny 2 is to take breaks. And I know that there's like 2 different ways to take breaks. There's the people that take a break for like 6 months and then come back and are like, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. And then there's the people that are like, I'm going to take the weekend off, or, I'm going to take a few days off, even a few hours off of the game, whatever it may be. Take those breaks, use those breaks, play other games, do other stuff in real life. As far as other games go, right now I am really digging Apex Legends. I just am. And then uh, on my phone, I have a game called Brawl Stars by Supercell. For those of you who know, I've been playing those 2 games quite a bit recently, and I don't know if they're better than Destiny 2 or if they're worse in any capacity. I just enjoy playing them and sometimes substitute time that I would have spent playing Destiny 2 playing those other games. Now, past video games, because let's be honest, if you're playing video games all day, every day, either you are a YouTuber or streamer full time employed from that, or you're on some sort of break at the moment. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into that in too much depth, and I'm not. I'm actually currently in school, trying to work through getting a degree, but I spend a lot of my time outside of video games and outside of school working on reading books. I just really, really enjoy reading books. If you guys also enjoy reading books or would like some recommendations, let me know in the comment section down below. There's a good chance. I'm still thinking about it. Still got to put a couple things together, possibly, but there's bit and talk about possibly doing a podcast on literature in general, and we'll discuss it and we'll see once we get there. But I enjoy reading. I also enjoy, kind of as a hobby, but more or less when I have friends over, and a lot of this obviously pre-COVID. I enjoyed Nerf and Airsoft, just like this whole aspect of what we do in the video games, but doing it in real life, and it was a lot of fun for me. So that is kind of what I'm doing right now in this mid-season lull, farming those god rolls, enjoying pinnacle farms, all that. Do I think you should be playing the game? Absolutely. I love Destiny 2. I it's by far one of my favorite games. But is it right now super important to play? Well, I think that depends on what you're trying to do in the future. If you want to take part in the day one raid race of Vault of Glass, yeah, you probably should be playing right now. Even if it's just in a week, you spend a day or two grinding out power, grinding out pinnacles, whatever it may be. And it doesn't have to be every day. I mean, there are plenty of days where I go without playing Destiny 2 altogether. But keep that in mind. And I really hope that this, kind of leads you in the direction of, splitting your time. Don't spend all your time in Destiny 2 because, yeah, you're going to get burnt out. It's just like any other game. If you play COD every day for an entire year, you're not going to want to touch that game by the end of the year. You're going to want to pick up something new. And that's where they get you with the new COD game because it's completely different. And it's not actually completely different. The only thing that feels different is, well, your friends all came back to play with you because they also got the new game. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Keep an eye out for Saturday's video. We're going to be talking in general the Destiny 2 Crucible meta as of season 13. And is it a good meta? Is it something you can challenge? We'll discuss it. We will discuss it. Don't you worry. I'm not going to have too much to say in that video, fair warning, because I do not play enough Crucible, believe it or not, to recognize whether or not some weapons are even arguably compatible in this meta, I feel like. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be a good one. With that, I have nothing else to say except for get back to grinding, ya crazy guardians.